Yo, what's good people, it's your host Incognis, and today we're going to be doing a noob to pro kind of series on Industrialist, which is basically me just playing through it. How interesting. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a new world, and I'm going to leave it as it is. We'll leave difficulty, we'll do difficulty on normal just to be chill, and we'll create a new world just there. And we'll do noob to pro. The way I'm going to pan this out is I'm going to speak when I'm advancing things, building more things, and the rest of it is just going to be just time lapsed. So it should be no cuts, and I'm going to have to remember that when I finish editing it. But hopefully I can allocate about an hour and a half, 2 hours to each episode, to confine it to like a 20-30 minute video. So that's the plan moving forward, and let's get straight into it. So we need a truck depot to begin our adventure, which can hold 10 units. We need to create some pipes that just come out just like so, and we need solar power, so we'll crank up some solar right there. We'll build another one just cause I can. Do we have a battery? No, I do not have a battery. So let's place a pole just about there. Connect these to the terminals. Connect it to red just for now. And actually I'll connect it to both, because I can. So they free, you didn't connect. There we go. And just like that, I'm going to place some coal mining drills in a line, and I have them all linked up with red power, which will be plenty of power to get this going. And then I'm just gonna get a freeway, or I can use any of them to be fair, but I prefer a junction. Holding shift and then just run them down, make sure the pipes are flowing the right way. Usually the one at the end messes up, but it hasn't here because we have directional pipe. Make sure those are inputting, outputting into there, and then we can drive this bad boy away, which I think he already has. So 10 coal, 52 doubloons, which is pretty nice. So what we need to do is we need to advance our things we can make, which means we need a water pump and we need the advanced extraction machines. But unfortunately, that takes research, which we don't really have. So we'll research batteries first, and we'll leave that as it is, and we'll get some research stations, and we'll start off with 3 of them, just like so. I'll place a battery just right there, link the battery up to all of these, and link this up to the battery. And now these are going to start working, giving us some research points. This is going to give us money, hopefully. And yeah, this is basically the starter farm that I run with. This is also being a bit delayed, but it's still shooting out with stuff, so I'm not too concerned with that. These just need to get to enough power, which to be honest is going to take a little while. So what I'll do is I'll delete this one here, which allows these two to get decent enough power to each of them. And with that, basically it's just a game of waiting, unfortunately. What we can do while I do wait though is, I believe, yeah, you can grind coal into black dye. I don't believe black dye sells for much more than what coal does. So we've got a coal. Coal is 522. Oh, you also need water as well, I believe, for the grinder. Which is a bit annoying, but hey ho. Where is it? Where is dye? Or maybe you don't. Oh no, dye does sell for a bit more, only a smidge, but that's like 10k, so we're a ways away from that. The main thing is just to get all the power going. So what we're going to do, we're going to focus some power to this RP station, well, the battery, but we'll focus it to the RP stations for these ones. If they all reach, which they do, brilliant. And as soon as we can, we'll research wind technology, because solar only works in daytime, obviously. So we're gonna have to get some power that runs 24/7. Just like that. I believe we already have one. That's what. Oh no, they're both working. That is brilliant. They should be working a bit quicker. Hopefully. Looks like it. So when those research points come in, which is any second now really, we can research wind energy theory and hopefully wind turbines. So yeah, wind energy theory, and look at that just. And now we'll place our wind turbines, which is one right there, and we'll place one just, oh no, run out of money. Oh dear. We'll pop that in there though. That generates a lot more power than the solar power does, which makes sense obviously, but we'll have that generate another load, and I believe I can just probably place another one here, and that one will reach. Look at that, it's golden. So these two will earn, that one will earn, and then what we can do, we have 60 research points. Ideally I want to get a bigger air battery, but that's going to take a bit. So we'll get a groundwater pump researched, which allow us to unlock coal power plants eventually, which is way better for electricity. I believe it's 10,000 or 50,000 MF, which is miles better than what this is currently, to be honest. So I'm going to get my monies up a little bit. Oh, actually, let me extend this. How much is it? 50. Do I need to? Yeah, I do. Not by much time. Do that, change that. They all feed in. That's great. So I'm going to let my money go up a little bit and let the RP go up too. We'll get that researched, and then I'll be back when I start hackamajigging it. So we have a little bit more RP. What we're going to do, we're going to research coal generators. And we could do bigger coal power plants, but it just makes it more compact really. So we don't necessarily need to, and we want to do advanced extraction and copper. And then what we'll do is we'll quickly check how much copper is. I believe it should be in here. Yep, 190. So what we can do, we can remove all of these bad boys and replace them with copper drills, which gives us a little bit more money to play with. So the reason I remove these pipes is just because they might have coal in them. So I'll just remove them just to alleviate the coal. Otherwise the system will not run, which is a bit annoying, but we ball. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to build another one of these turbines, and I do not have enough money, so I got to wait. Actually, I might be able to reach it. Yeah, there you go, look at that. Can't reach using this one. So that will put copper into here. Copper sells for I think 8, 9. Let's check how much copper sells for. Copper ingot. Oh, never mind. Oh no, that's an ingot. That'll be why. Raw copper is basically the same, but you're able to make it into ingots, which is something we're going to do later on. And it is pitch black, and I cannot see a thing. Copper advanced. Now we don't need that. We just need to research this. With that researched and my ability to see still not being there, we'll place our coal generator just like so. And we need a water feed and we need a copper feed. So we need to get a ground pump, a ground water pump. We're gonna link it just like this, and then I'm gonna click the purple and link it into there. It will also need power, and we'll get our coal drills and just turn it the right way and link that into there just like that, and link it to power if it reaches. Look at that, golden. And then with that, we have energy that we can then give to these, give to that. And while I'm at it, I may as well give it to that machine there, just to speed up things with research. Because these should, actually there's a little trick you can do. You can use that to then power these, which is basically infinitely powering these until this has too much of a slack in the system, basically meaning that there's too much power coming out of it. Until then, it'll work just fine. So we need an electric furnace and we need an ingot molder. Basically, I like for every 4 or 5 of these machines, I have an electric furnace. So if I have 10, there's 2, 3, 15, 4 for 20, so on and so forth. And for every 3 electric furnaces, is 1 ingot molder. So if you have 6 electric furnaces, that's 2, so on and so forth. And I like to cram it just over here, but I don't need to because I can just remove all this and then use that space, extra space. But now that the research is rolling, what I can do is research turbines. Actually, hold on a second. We'll do Van Depot. And from that, we'll do the... we could do stars and tanks, but I don't really see a point. We do need these, but we're going to leave them for now because they're not a necessity just yet. Smaller water pump. Nah, ideally it's just all oil extraction. I don't know what that was so hard to say. I want the MV battery to help us with power. And what we'll do when we get the money rolling in with ingots, we will create a little system for the coal plant, because this makes a lot more electricity than anything else at the minute, which is the very, very important thing. So what we can do while we wait for that is prepare our electric furnace. So we want the output faced like so, the input on this side, output on that side. And then we want the ingot molder, which I am not got enough monies for. Let's hope that this copper gives me just enough. And the perk with this is that the setup, you don't really have to replace it, or you do have to delete it, which is a bit of a pain. But you can just swap it for iron or whatever else. Basically, we're using this to get enough money and enough RP to be able to unlock the modular tree farm, because that is where your money is going to be. That is easily going to take you from 1,000 to 10,000 straight into 100,000 to even 1,000,000 very quickly and very easily. Because if you haven't watched a video of the system I built for the chair farm, make sure you go watch it, click my channel, scroll through a little bit, you'll find the video. That is what we are going to do. So for those who didn't really understand it, make sure you stay tuned for the series pretty much, because all those setups I build will all be in there and they will all be explained again. So it's basically just a glorified tutorial just showing you how I progress and how I would if I was doing it again. So like now, pretty much just doing it again. So we're going to sell our ingots, our copper, raw copper, and that should now give us enough to be able to make this, which it does. Lovely. Now I can do this little thing where I just put it so close, and then all I do is press the number 3 on my keyboard, and if it would like to play ball, I can link it up. Come on. If you delete it really quick as well, you can sort of see. I placed it just off. There we go. So now if I do it. There you go. You see how no error message popped up when I did that? That means this is accepted. Not accepted. It's allowing it to flow through. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna remove all this, let all that copper just sink into the system. Really, I'll remove some of this as well while I'm at it. Now what we'll do is we'll grab our junction pipes and I'm gonna link them all along just like this. And we need a 4-way. I'm gonna place a 4-way just there, make sure that this goes down, and then we're gonna place more pipe junctions just like so. From there I'm gonna place a straight pipe, sorry. I'm in the wrong game if I'm talking about conveyors. And we'll get a corner. I'm just pressing Q on my keyboard to get these pipes. Make sure these are all facing the right way. Drive the truck obviously, because if I don't, it will bug up the system. And you're not making any power because, oh my, you're moving fast. You're not making any power because you're linked all there. Oh dear. There's lightning. We'll link that there. I believe you should reach just... Will you reach here though? Yes you will. Oh, that's brilliant, that. So that's all linked up, that's linked up. We just need to link the copper up now. Copper, 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 copper. Where is my copper drill? There is my copper drills. We'll link all that up just like so and make sure that the pipes are actually going in. Just like that. You're going in, you're going in. Brilliant. So this should all be linked up as well. Well, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to watch it for a minute just to make sure that this is actually working, because you really cannot tell when it's linked in like this. Even if you just, you know, get your camera in the right position or try and wang your legs underneath, you can't really see. So I like to do this, just watching over it for a little bit until this starts working. And you'll know it starts working because that won't be full. This will keep on, you know, smell materials, and then I didn't even power them. I'm an idiot. There we go, now it might work. But you can tell because this will have 0 out of 5 units, or it will have 5 out of 5 units depending on how many copper drills you decide to put on. And this will start leaking into here, showing you that it's doing something. Similar to this will smoke when it's actually smelting. And yeah. Also, I did this really quickly just to keep the pollution low, although when I do go and do add more of those generators, it is going to get smoky. So this is now working. This is working too, that is lovely. And 1 ingot of copper sells for grand reveal. Come on, how much do you sell for? 26. And you get that at, I would say, a little bit less rate than you would just raw copper, but I think the trade-off is better because you can just add on to this. Really, this system isn't overfilled at all. If anything, it's underfilled. I can easily add 2-3 more of these copper drills before I ever have an issue with the electric furnace. And if I do, what I do is I middle mouse button these, I extend those, middle mouse button this, place another one, and just have to move this back if I want to add to it, and include a junction pipe so that it can all flow through. So with this new setup going, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let it play out. I may add some more copper drills if I can facilitate the funds for them, which I can't just yet, but when I do, I'll place some more copper drills so it can work a bit more effectively. So I'll see you all in a minute. back. I went for a little ride while I waited for all this to keep circulating me money. Totally wasn't forced out. Thanks, George. But anyway, now that I'm back from my little bike ride, motorbike ride, I don't ride little bikes anymore. We're going to go to research. I'm going to research. I'll leave that for now, really. I'll do modular trees because we do need those. We need that, and we need a craft assembler. For that we need iron, and then obviously we need that. Anything else while we're at it? Water pump theory. Nah, I mean we do need it, but don't really need it just yet, unfortunately. So we'll just do all this. We can do a boiler. We can do advanced copper extraction. Same with coal. It really just stops pollution, this does. So the whole point of it is not a lot, to be honest. We do need medium voltage, which I probably should have done, but I'm stupid. So now that we have all this money, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tear up this whole farm. Which sounds backwards intuitive, but just hear me out. And what we're going to start with is a coal drill. And we need coal drill. There you are. And we're going to do, actually no, first we actually need one of these, a compact coal power plant. And what we need to do is just turn it the right way. I believe it's this way. To see the outputs, which input for coal. Oh, does it not need water? Or is this bugged out? It might be bugged out because I believe it does need water. Actually, oh no, water comes from the side. Hold on, which side does it come from? I think my game is a little bugged, so I might have to rejoin. Because one of these are for coal, water, sorry. So I'll quickly rejoin. So while I'm rejoining it, if you are finding this helpful and quite fun, make sure you like and subscribe. And the outputs are still a bit bugged, so you know what I'll do, I'll just run coal through it. I'll just run coal through it. Where are you? Where is it? Where is it gone? Compact coal power plant. Oh, maybe it just does take coal. Oh well. That's alright. So what we'll do, we'll run a line of these. Just like so. And we'll have a row of these, just like that. We'll have these route upwards as well. Can place that a bit better. I'm not too fussed about pollution making and all that just yet. Real quick though, I will get some MV batteries just so we can power all of this. And solar, place some solar power down. Just like that, and we'll have that go into the battery. Just like so, so the battery's gaining a bit of power while we would do this. And then we need three-way pipes, which are not there, they'll be in the first section here. These pipe junctions are just like that. And rather than just like so, make sure they don't overfill like that, make sure they all face the right way, which these ones aren't. Yep, that looks all good to me. And what we'll do is we'll put a short pipe there, one of those there, one of those there, just like that. That will all flow. And we just need to change some of these into actually 4 ways. Just like that, make sure they all route upwards. Up, push it, do. The only other part is make sure they don't like do that. So we'll just have them route that way, So to go along, actually no, we need to go the other way. To make sure they actually flow into it. Just like so. This can get real confusing really quickly. So I do apologize if I'm skimping over a lot. But I don't really know any other way to do it. Just like that, they'll be powered, and so should this. It does require a lot of units, but it should also give us a lot of power. And we'll have another MV battery. Place that just in front, just like so. And place all of those up like that. Now this should be getting a load of power, which it is. That's great. What we're going to do now is we could start working on our tree farm. But a tree farm, I was going to say it's expensive. It's not expensive really. The more expensive part is the sawmills and such. But we'll do it. What we'll do is we'll go baboosh, baboosh, and baboosh. And then we'll do similar. We'll start on this top one here. Just like so. And sort of follow this pattern. Now, I believe that's enough. We'll connect it up with pipes. Actually, we need a junction going that way. We'll have that running like so. And then another junction like so. Just make sure they're all facing the right way, which they are. And then we just need some of these in the corners, just like that. And then make sure the outputs are feeding correctly. And we'll put another one on these ones, just so I don't forget really. We'll round that up by 1. I'll have that feed near the center, have you feed near the center too. And I'll put a junction on there. No doubt I'll probably have more, so I'll put a junction on that one too. And a junction on this one too. So from there we'll add on. We'll run that into a craft assembler in a minute. Actually, did I even unlock craft assemblers? I did. Look at that. Magic. So what I'll do is I'll run the craft assembler there. Link this one into its correct output, which is this one here. One's planks, which is what we're going to be making. This one's nails. So we'll work on nails in a second. And what we'll do, actually no, we'll work on nails now just in case I found money. We need to do rollers, so we need iron nuggets into nails. So what we'll do is I'll position this just like so. Have that feed just like this. And then have that feed directly from an ingot molder, which we should have a spare because we did remove one. Yep, there we go. Place that just, that's the wrong way. Place the ingot molder like so. And that way we can just get a corner and like that. Make sure it goes the right way. Always make sure it goes the right way before you get too heavy-handed with it. Like that. That's all fine and dandy. And now we just need electric furnaces. So we'll start off with 1 just for now, make sure they're in line, and we want a liquid fluid pipe junction, which is this bad boy. We'll start here, go all the way down just like so. This allows us to add on to it later on anyway, so I'm not too bothered. From there, what we're going to do is we're going to create a line of iron drills, just like this. Actually no, just like this. We'll do 3 for now, just because we are running a bit low on money. We'll do junctions all the way down like so. And all the way along just like so. And then again, making sure they are all facing the right way and they're all receiving, which they are. Now we need our MV pole, the power pole pretty much. Where is my pole? MV, LV. Oh yeah, low voltage. Low voltage pole, bada bing, bada boom. We need another one as well, just a bit further down, and one about there. We'll link all of those up. What we'll do, we'll just link them up just like so. And hopefully this should power it to a point. I mean, it is going to be slow, but hopefully, just hopefully, it'll supply it with enough power. Which, yeah, it's going to be slow, but what can you do really? What can you do? So, we now need to build a tree farm controller, which is this contraption. And then we want a tree farm output, just about yay. We'll connect the pipes up as well. That's the wrong way, I'm an idiot. Get the pipes like this, perfect. And then we want a sprinkler, which we'll just place right there, really. We need one sprinkler, about there, and then we just need a thing that we can no longer afford. We'll drown our money just like that. There we go. And what I'll do is, because this will be making nails, we will just make a depot, just to make a bit of money, because didn't make a lot, clearly. Can I afford a van depot? 160, nope. I'll place one of these in, that's alright. Just for the time being, I'll actually remove some of these so I can actually afford to just do this. There we go. Make sure they all go the right way and sell. Now these are going to sell for pennies pretty much, which is unfortunate, but eventually we'll make quite good money. Hopefully. I mean, to be fair, we can, just for now, take this off and then just use the ingots. Oh, it's a fluid pipe, you idiot. We'll use that. Just like that. And that should be good enough. And now the ingot should make us a bit more. Yeah, 65 an ingot. So we'll use that money just to get enough. And then from that, we will continue with the tree farm. So while that keeps going on, I'll let the speed lapse continue. So all I've already done is I made sure that this is now feeding iron in here, so I can get money. And I've added a bit more to the tree farm, just a little bit. Added 2 sprinklers, a bit of an adjustment to this, where it actually feeds enough water. There you go, it feeds enough water, and we do need high voltage power. So I've set up the research stations again, but now we can see that this is working, that one's working. So now they're going to be split, and now that they split, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove all of this pipe work and rebuild the craft assemblers. What I'm going to do as well is just link that, make sure that goes the right way. Oh yeah, I've added another electric furnace and another iron. And obviously because I don't have high voltage yet, I've had to craft up this thing. So let's route all this back together. We need the craft assembler. We'll search it because it's just quicker. And all I'll do is I'll put that just there. And route that there. Route this straight in and put a corner on this. Make sure that goes the right way. Any moment this should start working if I give it power. That'd probably be helpful. Give that power, that starts generating power. And that will give us the chairs. For chairs, I'm not too worried about it being sold quickly or anything. They sell for $1 each and it take about 20 seconds to actually get made. So I'm just going to whack this here. Put that over there. Put a corner on there. And a corner on there. And the way I'm searching through these, like middle mouse button, clicking the pipe, and then just pressing Q to go through. So with that out the way, we will start making chairs when this has enough power, obviously. These are a lot of power, this does. So we can make another janky adjustment by just adding another MV poles. MV, LV, low voltage. Just like that, and add it to the battery, because the battery is making tons of power. And I believe I connected this one there we go. So that one's solely powering this bad boy here. So now we should get a bit more power sent to it, and any moment now, right, yep, there we go. It is now making a table. A chair. It's making a chair. And the chair sells for 1k, which is brilliant. I believe this is power restricted. Yep. So we do need MV power, which is just a theory. And then when we get 1,000 research points, we can do small MV poles, which will be a little bit better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a few more of these, just like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to link it to this battery. Try and get both of those in. Link it the right way would be helpful, really. And then just boop and boop. So 2 extra doesn't make a whole lot of difference, but it makes the difference. So I think for today, I'm going to leave that here. We have successfully made a slow but it works tree farm. We just need the RP. Oh, and we sold a chair. Look at that. So now we have money sorted. We have power sorted for a long while. Actually, I say a long while. No, it is a long while. Yeah, I'll be ages before that does. But just in case, because I'm a warrior, we'll do that. That way it definitely has enough power. So with that out of the way, this has been the episode 1 of Noob to Pro. Hopefully you enjoyed it. It may have been a bit boring, but this is what I would do if I was starting again, as you're seeing it live. Not efficient, not effective, but it works. It doesn't have to be efficient until you have it all sorted out and figured out. I've been your host Incognist. You have a lovely day, fellas. I'll see you all in a bit. Peace.